Hello everyone and welcome back to Kaizen Learning. In today's video, we are going to read a poem on dogs. Okay, so this poem is written by John Kitching, and let me give you a gist of what this poem is about. This poem is about all the different types of dogs that we see around us. Okay, there are dogs with different sizes and colors. Some dogs look cute while some dogs looks very scary. So the poet shows us how each dog is different from the other and which is the dog that he likes the most. Okay. So this is what the poem is about, and the rhyme scheme of this poem is AABB. Okay. So now let's start reading the poem. Name some of the pets we have in our homes. Okay. So if you have any pets at your home and if you can name them, which one do you like the best? So which is the pet that you like the best? So if you have more than one pet, then which is the pet that you like the best? And amongst those pet, if you do not have a dog, then would you like to have a pet dog? So let us read a poem about all sorts of dogs. Dogs big, dogs small, dogs short, dogs tall, dogs fat, dogs thin, dogs that make a dreadful din. So the poet says in the first stanza that there are different types of dogs. There are some dogs that are very big, okay? They are very huge. So those are those big dogs. And there are some dogs which are small, which are tiny. Then there are some dogs which are short in height, and there are some dogs which are tall. Dogs fat, dogs thin. There are some dogs that are very fat, they are very chubby. And there are some dogs that are thin. So if they are the dogs that do not get enough food, or if they are weak, okay, so they remain thin. Now there are certain dogs, so dogs that make a dreadful din. There are different dogs who make a lot of noise. They keep on making different loud noises. Okay, next, dogs smooth, dogs hairy, dogs friendly, dogs scary, dogs brown, dogs white, dogs that bark all through the night. So in the second stanza, now the poet is saying that he has met some dogs which are very smooth. Okay, so the fur is very smooth. They like playing with those dogs. And there are some dogs that are very hairy, so they have a lot of hair on their body. Dogs friendly, dogs scary. The poet has even met some dogs which are very friendly. So if you go closer to those dogs, they don't bite you, they play with you. But the poet has also met some dogs which are very scary. Okay, so if you go close to them, then the dog feels that there is some danger or you are trying to harm that dog, so they start barking. So they look very scary, so you do not go very close to those dogs. Then he is also saying that there are different colors of the dogs. Some dogs he has seen, they are brown in color. Then there are some dogs which are white in color. There are even some dogs which has black and white spots over their body. Dogs that bark all through the night. So there are some dogs that keep on barking. Okay, so you must have heard when you are sleeping that there are some dogs who keep on barking in your colony or in your building. They keep on barking. We do not understand why they are barking. Maybe they have seen some stranger. Okay, that is why they are barking. Or if they see some animals around them, so they try to shoo away them. So that is also one reason why they bark. So dogs that bark all through the night, they keep on barking. We don't know why they bark, but there are some dogs that keep on barking. Next, dogs that run, dogs that walk, dogs that make you think they'll talk, dogs awake, dogs asleep, dogs for the blind, dogs for the sheep. Now, in the third stanza, the poet is saying that there are some dogs who like to run. Okay, so you take them out for a walk and then they start running, or you take them to the park, you throw any object or you throw a stick, they will quickly run and they will get that stick back. And there are some dogs that like to walk. Okay, so if you're going in the garden, you can take the dog along with you, so they will walk, so they will enjoy in the garden along with you. Then dogs that make you think they'll talk. So there are certain dogs, okay, you feel that they are talking to you, or the way they respond, the way they behave, you feel as if they are communicating with you, they are trying to tell you something. Dogs awake, dogs asleep. Now there are some dogs who are awake, they are awake all through the night and then they sleep in the morning. So there are some dogs who are awake, they are taking care of your house, or they are taking care in your building so that the robbers don't come, strangers don't come. And there are some dogs who go to sleep, so when it's night time, like you sleep, they also go to sleep. Dogs for the blind and dogs for the sheep. There are some dogs who take care of the blind, they are along with those people who cannot see. Okay, and they take care of them, they help them to cross the road. So if there are some if there is some danger around that blind person, or if the blind person needs some help, okay, so the dog is very faithful, the dogs help those blind people also. And dogs for the sheep. So there are certain dogs, there are some types of dogs who take care of the sheep on the farm or on the road, so they act like protectors. Okay, next, the best of all the dogs I know goes with me wherever, everywhere I go. Okay, so the best dog, now the poet is saying after meeting so many dogs, after seeing so many varieties of dog, he's saying the best of all the dogs, out of all these dogs, okay, the best dog that I know is the one who follows me, who goes with me wherever I go. So if I go to the park, he comes with me along in with the comes along with me in the park. And if I throw a stick or if I throw a ball, then he will get that object back with me, he will play with me, he will have fun with me, he will sleep, then he will behave friendly with me. So the best of all the dogs I know, so he's saying that the best dog that I know amongst all these are is the one who goes with me wherever I go. So wherever I go, my dog comes with me, so he is the best dog for me. Okay, so with this, now let us read the entire poem at once. Dogs by John Kitching. Dogs big, dogs small, dogs short, dogs tall, dogs fat, dogs thin, dogs that make a dreadful din, dogs smooth, dogs hairy, dogs friendly, dogs scary, dogs brown, dogs white, dogs that bark all through the night, dogs that run, dogs that walk, dogs that make you think they'll talk, dogs awake, dogs asleep, dogs for the blind, dogs for the sheep. The best of all the dogs I know goes with me wherever I go. Okay, so this brings us to the end of the poem Dogs by John Kitching. I hope you all enjoyed this poem and you will be able to learn better. And if you get a chance, if you get this book, then you can read as many times as you want. You can learn and you can recite this poem. Okay, so I will meet you in the next video. Till then, stay safe and stay curious.